Hey there! Thank you for watching my channel. Today I want to show you a new stitch, and it's the lacy aligned lotus stitch. And this is how the front looks and the back. And this row is the lotus row, the lotus stitch, and these are the lacy stitches. So this is what I want to show you. So I'll take my yarn. And I've got a crochet hook 4 millimeters, and first we are starting with a slip knot, and then just start with chaining a multiple of 6 and then plus 4. So first make your base with the multiples of 6, and if you are as wide as your project needs to be, then add 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this is what I want my base to be like, and then I'll add 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this pattern is a row 2, 3, 4 and 5 repeats. So I'll show you once how you can crochet this pattern, and then just rewind until you are at row 2 and then just crochet along. So we are skipping the first 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in the 6th stitch make a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and in the next make a double crochet, chain 1, and just continue this for the rest of this row. Skip 1 stitch, and in the next one make a double crochet. So at the end I have 2 stitches left, so in the last stitch make a double crochet. Okay, so for row 2, chain 1, this doesn't count as a stitch. Turn your work. In that first stitch over here make a single crochet, chain 2, skip this first, chain 1 space, and in the next one make a double crochet, chain 2, and then in that same stitch make a double crochet. Now you just made a V-stitch, chain 2, skip that next chain 1 space, and in that double crochet on top of that make a single crochet, chain 2, skip the next chain 1 space, and in the next one make the V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet. Just repeat this for the rest of this row. Chain 2, skip the next chain 1 space, and on top of the double crochet make a single crochet, chain 2, skip the chain 1 space, and next chain 1 space make a V-stitch, chain 2 and another double crochet, chain 2, skip the chain 1 space, and on top of the double crochet make a single crochet, chain 2, skip the chain 1 space, and the next make your V-stitch, so double crochet, chain 2, and in that same space a double crochet, chain 2, and I'm at the end. So skip that first chain, and in the next chain of your turning chains make a single crochet. So this is row 2. So for row 3 we're chaining 4, turn our work, and in the middle of that V-stitch you're making a puff stitch. So yarn over in that V-stitch, in the chain 2 space over here, draw up a loop, yarn over in that same stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over in that same stitch, draw up a loop. So now we have 7 loops on our hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yarn over and pull through the first 6 loops on your hook. So you have 2 loops left now. Yarn over, pull through both 2 loops. So this is your puff stitch. Chain 2, and in that same stitch over here, that V-stitch, make another puff stitch. So yarn over, drop a loop in that stitch, yarn over in that same stitch, drop a loop, yarn over in that same stitch, drop a loop. 7 stitches on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 6 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops, chain 2, and we are making another puff stitch in that V-stitch over here from your previous row. Yarn over in that stitch, drop a loop, yarn over in that same stitch, drop a loop, yarn over in that same stitch, drop a loop. 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull the second 2 loops on your hook. So here's your lotus stitch, which contain 3 puff stitches and chain 2 in between them. Now chain 1 and do that same thing in the next V-stitch. So make 3 times a puff stitch with chain 2s in between. So yarn over in your V-stitch, drop a loop, yarn over in the stitch, drop a loop, yarn over in that same stitch, drop a loop. 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops on your hook, chain 2, and let's do that just all over again. Don't forget the chain 2 between the puff stitches. And then chain 1, and let's go to the next V-stitch and make 3 times a puff stitch with the chain 2s between them. So we made our next lotus stitch over here. Chain 1. Let's grab some more yarn. And in the last V-stitch I'll make 3 times a puff stitch with chain 2s between the puff stitches. Chain 1, and then in that last stitch over here, that's the single crochet of the previous row, make a triple crochet. So here's your row 3. Now let's get over to row 4, chain 4, turn your work. This counts as a double crochet and chain 1. Skip this space over here and in the first chain 2 space of your lotus stitch make a double crochet. Chain 1. In the next chain 2 space of your lotus stitch make a double crochet. Chain 1. Chain 1 space, make a double crochet. Chain 1. And just continue to make double crochets and chain 1s for the rest of this row in the chain 2 spaces and the chain 1 spaces. So at the end you have your chain 4s over here, and from the top count just 1, 2, and in that last stitch over here, your second chain, make a double crochet. So this is your row 4 with double crochets and chain 1s. Now for the last row, row 5, chain 4. This also counts as a double crochet and chain 1. So turn your work and on top of every double crochet make a double crochet. And then chain 1. Don't forget about the chain 1s in between the double crochets. Okay, so I'm at the end. Skip that first chain, and in the second chain from the top make your last double crochet. And that is row 5, and that's all there is to it. So just rewind until you are at row 2 with the V stitches and just crochet along with row 2, 3, 4 and 5. So make your V-stitch row, then your lotus stitch row, and then 2 rows of double crochet and chain 1s. And just repeat that until you are done with your work, until it's big enough. So I hope you liked it, and I'm curious what you are making with this stitch. And if you do not want to miss any of my new videos, subscribe to my channel, put on a notification so you get a message when I uploaded a new video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me them. If you have a pattern that you want to see on camera, how you can crochet it, also feel free to ask me that, and I'll see if I can make a video of that for you. And for now, I just wish you happy crocheting. Bye bye.